Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I am sitting in my car. Just dropped Talia off at school. We woke up late, so she missed the bus this morning, and so I'm just sitting in the car, getting ready to go in and get my laptop. Girl, what in the world is this? Sorry. Get ready to go in and get my laptop and stuff so I can go to the library. But how are you on this? Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? Oh Lord, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday, guys. But anyway, how you guys doing? I think it's Wednesday. So I just wanted to jump on and talk to you about some concerns that I have, some reservations that I had about doing YouTube. First of all, I hope that you're having a fabulous morning so far, and I hope that your day stays that way. And if you had a rough start this morning, like I had yesterday morning, it was really, really rough with Talia and I yesterday morning. Today was better. Today was much better. But I just want to encourage you that even if you have a rough start, it's really how you finish the day. It's how you finish the week. So sometimes our attitudes can get in the way. Sometimes we wake up on the wrong side of the bed because we didn't get enough sleep the night before, or we still got things on our mind from the night before. Or sometimes, like for Talia and I, it's that process of getting ready. She's not a morning person. I am a morning person. So sometimes just getting her up can be a challenge. Getting her going can be a challenge. We bump heads on clothes a lot. I am a cool grandma. I don't even like to be called grandma. She know not to call me grandma, y'all. She better not call me grandma. And I really, for her to call me, all of my grandkids call me Nana. But I'm just like, listen, I'm a real cool, modern. I don't like nothing old fashioned. So I even have a little bit of reservation about being called Nana, but you better not call me grandma. So let's keep that 100. So I was thinking about, like, maybe I should let my grandkids call me Gigi. But what does Gigi really mean? I have some friends that's what their grandkids call them, is Gigi. What is Gigi? Drop it down below in the comments if you know what Gigi really means. What does it stand for? Does it stand for grandma? I don't know. But anywho, I was trying to think of another cool name that my grandkids could start calling me besides Nana. Because Nana still seems kind of old school. Listen, I know I'm a grandma, right? However, I don't look like nobody's grandma. People tell me all the time that I don't even look old enough to have a 35-year-old daughter, which is a wonderful compliment. So, yeah, I ain't ready to be called no grandma. And ain't nobody going to make me feel bad about not wanting to be called grandma. So, anywho, I got on here. I jumped online to talk to you guys about, like, the reservations that I had with starting YouTube was because I'm an introvert and I'm not outgoing, guys. So I've been watching DoDash a lot. I'm a huge fan. I think she's awesome. But DoDash is funny, and she has so much personality. And when she speaks, even the motivational stuff that she says, she speaks with conviction. She has a certain look on her face, and she speaks with conviction, right? I'm the type of person I've always kind of compared myself. Even in high school, in junior high, I've always kind of compared myself, and that's really kind of been probably the thing that have held me back from so many things in my life. Is just, sorry, my eyes don't want to focus this morning, is comparing myself. So as I look at her channel this morning, I watched it yesterday, she's very outgoing, she's very outspoken. And so I took some college courses I told you guys about a few years ago, a couple years ago. In fact, I took an entrepreneur class, I took a small business class, and I took a finance class. But I also was considering, I took an interpersonal course, which teaches you how to, get along with people and different things like that in the business world and personally or whatever. But I also wanted to take a public speaking class. And I wanted to take a public speaking class, guys, because I'm not the type of person that can speak to a large crowd, like in a large room. And I told you that one of my goals is to have youth workshops. I want to help disadvantaged youth. And I'm like, I want to bring in other speakers to speak at my workshops. But since I'm conducting the workshop, I also want to be able to get up there and say something at the end. So I'm just like, I want to be able to get up there and introduce my speakers, and then at the end of my workshop, I want to be able to, say something at the end. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Because although, it's weird because I used to sing, and I was in concert choir all 4 years of high school. And during my high school years, guys, I was in this little singing group, right? And we sang in different venues and places. We were in talent shows. But I remember there was always an uncomfortableness. I really had to push past and push through a lot of insecurity. When I got up on stage, you could tell I wasn't comfortable with myself. I went ahead and pushed through because of the two people that I sang with were very, very supportive. But I was never comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't never comfortable with myself up there. In fact, I tried not to look out at the audience, because it would have scared the crap out of me, because those talent shows, the high school that I went to was big. So the talent shows were full of people. It was a lot of people. And I was so uncomfortable that I forced myself not to look out there in the audience so I wouldn't get spooked. So I'm saying all that to say, those are some of the reservations that I have with being on YouTube, is because me comparing myself. I go and I look at other vloggers and I'm like, well, I'm not bubbly like that. I'm not funny like that. Or, I'm very soft-spoken. Now, when it comes to Talia, I can get loud. But overall, my overall personality is not that of, I'm very soft-spoken. And sometimes that can be in the workplace, that can be a good thing, because I think I'm a good communicator, right? I think that I'm a really good communicator. However, there are people that have tried to take advantage of this voice. People tend to think that they can run all over me because I'm soft-spoken, because I appear to be a certain kind of way. Whatever people are picking up, I've had a lot of bad experiences in the workplace because of it. And I'm like, Lord, what am I giving off? What am I giving off that, let's say, somebody might try to pull something with me that they may not try to pull with DoorDash, or they may not try to pull with somebody else? I would like to know what that is. But I can tell you that Yvonne is growing. I'm learning, I'm evolving, and I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So you may have been able to pull something off during that time that you may not be able to get away with. You won't be able to get it away with today in 2024. But it's still things that I need to work on, and I'm just trying to figure out why it is that I'm still comparing. I started my channel in February of 2024, as you know. And I know that there are some people's channels that have grown substantially over the past few weeks. Although they've had their channel longer than me, they've just gotten like all of these subscribers over the past few weeks, and I am happy for them. Yvonne is not a hater. Now, that's something that I am not. I'm not a jealous-hearted person. I believe that there's money out here for all of us to make, not just on YouTube, but other avenues. Ever since the pandemic, there's so many ways for us to own our own business now as minorities, now as minority women. The doors are being opened for us. So I'm not by any means a hater, but what I'm saying is I'm still trying to figure out what would make somebody else's channel grow that quickly within a matter of weeks, that's had their channel for a long time, versus me having started my channel in February, and I'm really trying to grow it, guys. Just like I've been seeing all these vloggers and videos about not wanting to go back to a 9-to-5. Some people saying they ain't going back to a 9-to-5. Y'all, I put my Cash App out there, and I haven't had any bites or hits. And that's fine. If, there may be people that are struggling like myself that can't do it. And I understand that. But the most people that on my Facebook especially, I'm very intentional about the friends that I select, because I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. And so that's who I select. When I select my friends for Facebook, I select people that are already business owners, or they're already successful in their field, or they're up and coming entrepreneurs, because that's what I'm aspiring to be. So I'm saying all that to say that I believe that there's room at the table for all of us. I think that we should support each other. But in my mind, I'm still comparing. I'm comparing, like, okay, what can I do to make my channel grow? What can I do to get the kind of support that DoDash has? Like, guys, I don't have a close-knit family. I never have. Had like close cousins that I grew up with. My aunt, one of my aunts, my biological mom's baby sister, used to come up in the summertime. I have very fond memories of her, and I think that's the only one of my mother's siblings that's left as far as females. I do have one uncle that's living and one aunt, which is my mother's baby sister, that's living, but they live in Texas. Both of them live in Texas. I'm originally from Texas. But I'm saying all that to say that I've never really had a support system. And so when I look at other people's YouTube and I see the love and support, like, guys, when I say that, let me keep this real with y'all. I really want to support you. I really want to encourage and uplift you. I know that there are a lot of faith-based content creators out there. I know that there are a lot of YouTubers out there, but we all bring something uniquely different. And I'm speaking to you from my own personal experience, from someone who didn't have somebody to speak life over them, for somebody who grew up who felt like they didn't have a voice, from someone who I was the one that people gave up on, that they didn't think that I would amount to anything. And I never had nobody to say, like, Yvonne, just keep going. You know, there were so many times that I wanted to throw in the towel coming up because I didn't have the confidence, right? Nobody taught me about confidence, and nobody spoke life over me and said, you can do this. You got this. You know, what do you want to do with your life? You have to have somebody in your life. I'm talking to parents. You got to speak life over your kids starting at a young age. It's hard out here when kids are in school. We're putting our kids in school, and we don't know what these teachers have going on. There are some great teachers out there, but there are some not so great teachers. There were some things said to me when I was coming up, when I was in high school. You know what the teacher told me? She said I was fat, dumb, and happy. Because I had gotten pregnant at a young age, and I was trying to finish school. And I guess she felt like I wasn't focused enough in this particular class. She said this in front of everybody, guys. She said it in front of the whole entire class. I will never forget that. She's forgiven, but I won't forget how that made me feel for her to say something like that to me out loud, and to say it in front of everybody. There you could hear the chuckles and the laughs where people thought it was funny. So I'm just saying that to you, that I kind of got a lot on my heart this morning. I'm not sad or anything like that, but I'm just trying to grow. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to start my own business outside of YouTube. Because let's just say, you know, you get, God forbid that somebody gets demonetized. I've been seeing stories about that too on YouTube. Let's just say that YouTube gets shut down some kind of way, which I hope they don't, because it's really helping so many people. But let's just say, like, you got to have a backup plan. So my backup plan is to have my own business outside of YouTube. But I just got all these thoughts in my head. I'm just like, okay, how can I grow my channel? How can I get that kind of support? When I'm reading comments that say, like, we're glad you're here, we're glad we found your channel, I'm like, wow, I want to have that kind of impact. Because whatever I do, whether it be the youth workshops, whether it be cooking on YouTube, home decor is where my passion and my love is. I also went to interior design school. I talked about this on one of my other channels. I went to school for interior design. I have a passion and an eye for things. However, I soon realized after I, took my classes and things like that, went through finals and all that, I found that just doing research and stuff, there's some vloggers on YouTube that are interior stylists. They do not have a degree. I follow this girl named Britton, Brittain. Like, she does wonderful, wonderful work. It's called Britton Designs. And she does wonderful work. She is an interior stylist. She doesn't have a degree. So I found out that I don't need a degree to do it. And so once I get um, get a bigger, nicer home, guys, I'll show you my design style, and I'm hoping to get clients that will allow me, just like Britain. They just see her designing her own space, and then she now she's got clients, and she travels. She travels and she designs spaces. And also, I would love to do it virtually. I would love to, even if I didn't travel, that I would be able to do it in a virtual world where I could like have meet with people online virtually, and they show me their space, and I could just give them design ideas, space planning ideas, because I'm really good with staging, and I'm really good with increasing like small spaces, and making those spaces appear bigger. So anywho, I'm saying all that to say that I want to have that kind of support that I'm seeing. And I have always, my whole entire life, just always done so much for other people. Like these braids, guys, for instance, I know they look good on the outside, but you see this here? I've been having these braids in my head for almost 4 months. I would get Talia's hair done before I get my hair done, and I don't like to take my hair down unless I have something else to be able to put in my hair. My hair is lengthy, but I will have to go get a silk press or something like that. I don't like to try to do it on my own. I can, but my hair is natural, and so it's a bit more challenging now that I've stopped getting relaxers to do my hair. But I'm saying all that to say I neglect myself to care for other people and to do for other people. And like I told you, even though I'm going through this tough time that I'm going through with me being laid off, I still have been really doing for other people as much as I can, because it takes my mind off of my own situation. But sometimes it can be a challenge. Sometimes I've gone in debt to help other people because I didn't really have it to do it, but I did it anyway. So I want to get to the point where I'm seeing all these vlogs where people are saying they're not going back to a 9 to 5. Let me bring this camera in. I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5 either. I really don't want to go back to corporate because of how I've been treated in corporate. But I have to until my YouTube channel takes off, until I get that kind of support, people that will tell me, like I've been seeing in other people's comments, like, we're here to stay. Like, I'm so glad I found you. Like, I'm so glad that we're here. Like, I want to get that kind of support, guys. I would love that. I'm here to support you. I'm that one that's going to root for people that don't have somebody to root for them, because that's what happened to me. I want you to know your worth, so that we as women, and I'm switching subjects here because I'm just speaking on what's on my heart and my mind this morning. And I'm just speaking here that we as women, we move too quickly in relationships. We quickly move men in too quickly with our children. And then those relationships sometimes don't end up working out, or they end up being abusive, or they end up not being able to hold their end of the bargain down as far as paying bills, because we didn't take the time to get to know them fully. Because I want to tell you guys that you should date more than one person. All my life, nobody taught me to date. I just, if somebody likes me and I like them, we just started seeing each other and we ended up together. How did I know that was the person for me? How did I know that was my person without dating multiple people? I want to tell you to teach when your children become teenagers, they should have friends that they date. When you're a young adult, you should have friends that you date. Don't just assume that the one person that you meet because they're showing you interest is the one person for you. I think you should date multiple people so that you can determine which one out of those are the best person for me. I've been watching Pop the Balloon, and I've been allowing Talia to watch it because I'm learning a lot from it. The type of questions that are being asked, what people are interested in and what they're not. You can learn from shows like that. Like one particular guy asked the question, do you have any mental health issues? Like, those are the questions that we should be asking when we're dating people. It shouldn't come after we're married to them. It shouldn't come after we're already in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with them. You have to ask those tough questions before you enter into those relationships, so you'll know that, hey, if a person has a mental health issue, Or if their family has mental health issues, like if you don't want to ask them point blank, do they have any mental health issues? You want to say, hey, does your family, does anything run in your family like mental health issues or any other type of issue? It could be a blood disorder issue. I know somebody I used to be friends with, blood disorders ran in their family. You have to know that stuff, because if you have a child by somebody that has that runs on their family, or if they have autism. I have another friend that she found out later on after she had a child, he has like several spectrums of autism. And so she found out that it runs on his dad's side of the family. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, because it wasn't taught to me. You got to ask these tough questions during the dating process. Not after you have a child with someone, not after you marry someone, not after you get in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It's too late then. So we got to teach our young girls this, our boys this. We got to teach. That's why I said that young man off of Pop the Balloon, he point blank asked, do you have any mental health issues? How are you? Another question that he asked was, that I liked, how are you when you're angry? How do you react when you're angry? What things do you do when you're angry? Excellent questions, guys. I wasn't taught to ask these questions, and I'm trying to show you that you should. We're not asking the right questions. We're moving guys in too soon because we're letting loneliness get the best of us. Hey, don't settle. I wish I had been taught this in my 20s, in my 30s, in my teens. Don't settle just because you're lonely. Find a hobby to get into. It's too many social groups that you can get into now to keep yourself from being lonely. Don't settle because you're lonely. First and foremost, seek God. Seek Him for guidance and wait for Him to direct you. He doesn't talk to us audibly, but He definitely shows us things through other people. He shows us things in His Word. If you just get in the Word and study it, He shows us things. Seek His guidance for any big decision that you're facing, and wait for Him to show you, because He will. I know I've said a lot. I had a lot on my heart this morning. I want my channel to grow. I want to get monetized. I want my business to grow. And I want the same for you. Hey, we have to learn to support each other and be there for each other, and not be haters, not be jealous. Just know that things are changing. And so there's a lot out there for all of us to be successful. So let's support each other. Let's uplift each other. Let's encourage one another. And let's encourage our children at a young age to love themselves and to know their worth. I didn't find out my worth until, unfortunately, here recently, within the last year, I finally know my worth. And it's a game changer. But look at how many years it took me to get here. It shouldn't have taken me that long. And so I want to be, that person that encourages you. Like, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself in the next year, 2, 3 years? What type of relationship do you want to have where that in front of, if you have children, like, you don't want to pass down anything negative to your children. I've learned the hard way, and I don't want you guys to learn that difficult way, because I didn't know my worth, because I didn't have someone to speak life over me. I made a lot of bad relationship decisions, and I don't want to see anybody go through that same thing. Love yourself. I don't care what you've done in your past, and God doesn't care what you've done in your past. As long as you seek His forgiveness, admit to what you've done, and try to change it with His help, you can turn any situation around. I am a living witness. You can turn any situation around. You can get better and better and better. And so I just want to encourage you that don't settle. Don't settle. Love yourself and know your worth. Knowing your worth, now that I know my worth, it is a game changer. Because the people that tried to manipulate me before can't manipulate me no more. They can't, because I know my worth. So teach it to your girls and your boys at a young age so they can grow up with confidence. And love yourself. Love yourself enough to know when to walk away from something that's unhealthy. Love yourself enough to know when to not even enter into a relationship. Pay attention to those red flags. They're there for a reason. Don't accept it. If you see that somebody has a bad temper, if you see that somebody is controlling, if you see these things while you're dating people, say you went out with this person 3 or 4 times and there's just some things that you notice that you really don't like. And however you start a relationship, guys, that's how it will be. If you start out paying for everything, that's how the relationship will continue. So don't do it. Set standards and stick to them. And when you see those red flags, know that you're worthy and love yourself enough to walk away. There will be somebody else. Let me see, what else did I want to talk about? I was telling you initially that sometimes I do have concerns about people staying on my channel. I have concerns sometimes about YouTube because, again, I'm not a real bubbly person. I've always been kind of quiet. I was the one at parties, or when I went to the club, I was the one that sat the whole night. At house parties and things like that, I was the quietest one in the bunch. So that's just who I am. Now I can be an extrovert at times, but I can tell you that I'm not outgoing. I never have been. And I'm just hoping that, like, what I'm seeing on YouTube and different vloggers, like, God gave us our personalities. So some he gave to be introverts, some he gave to be extroverts, some people he gave to be outgoing and bubbly, the hyphy, the life of the party. Some he gave to be quiet and timid and soft. So we have to just embrace and love each other and accept each other for who we are. I didn't give my personality to myself. I didn't give my shape to myself. I've been seeing a whole bunch of negative comments on some vloggers channels, and I've been seeing a bunch of positive comments on other vloggers channel. So I'm saying all that to say that I've been having this chipped tooth since 3rd grade. My mama should have got it fixed years and years and years and years ago. It shouldn't have been my responsibility to get fixed. Now I've lost teeth down here on the bottom, so I have some shifting of teeth and some spacing that I hate. So before anybody come for me about my teeth, when I'm able to make enough money from YouTube and my business, the first thing that I'm going to get fixed is I want new teeth. I've been wanting new teeth since I was a little girl when I got this chipped tooth. I've been wanting new teeth ever since I had all this spacing. I want to be able to smile confidently, and I'm very self-conscious about my teeth. As far as my body and all that, I just see so many people making such hateful. Didn't your mama teach you that if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing, boo? Like, just don't say nothing. Like, I've been seeing so many nasty, mean comments. Like, really? Like, really? Like, we too old. We too old. We too old to be making hurtful, nasty comments. If you don't have anything nice to say, you shouldn't be saying anything. Just be silent. Or just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying all that to say I put my teeth out there because there was a vlogger that I was watching, and somebody said in the comments that she needed Invisalign, and she had to check them. She said, "Boo, you think I done got to 49 years old, and you think I don't know that I need some teeth work?" Like, but why are you even saying that? Why is it your concern? Like, I'm just saying, like, some of the stuff is just ridiculous, guys. As far as people's body weight and things like that, like I'm going to say again, God gave us our shapes. He gave some to be just like our personalities, right? He gave some to be pear-shaped, some to be apple-shaped, some to be whatever, just like our different face shapes. Some people have an oblong face. Some people have a heart-shaped face. Some people have a round face. So, boo, I want everybody to realize that we did not give ourselves our personalities, and we did not give ourselves our shapes. Now, is there something that we can do about like exercise and eating healthy? Yes, we can do that. But where we gain weight at is not our fault. And not only that, the people that are saying things about people's weights and things like that, about them being big in certain places and things like that, why is it that we're not thinking about whether somebody has health issues or not? I have CPOS. And so, I tend to, and I'm also apple shaped. So I tend to gain weight in my stomach more than any other area. I hate it. I hate it. I did not give myself my shape, guys. I would much rather be pear shaped, okay? But I have to learn to love myself and accept myself for who I am. I tend to gain more weight in the stomach, and when you have CPOS, you're more likely to gain weight in the stomach than not. I also have some other health issues and concerns. So when you're looking at folks and you criticizing their weight and stuff like that, you don't know what kind of health issues people have. I need people to have several seats because you don't know. Something could be causing them to gain weight. It could be a medication that they're taking that causes them weight gain from that medication. It could be just some kind of something that they have that runs in their family. You don't know. And that's why we shouldn't be just flipping off at the mouth and saying things that we don't know what we're talking about. So, anywho, I just want to encourage anybody out there who have had negative comments said to them, because I have. I've been treated differently. I've been treated differently in the workplace because I'm soft-spoken. I've been treated differently in the workplace because whatever I'm giving off, I don't know if I'm giving off a lack of confidence. I don't know what it is. But people have tested and tried and tested and tried me. And I'm saying I'm not that person no more that you can test and try in that way. So I'm just saying I've grown, I've evolved, I know my worth, and I want you to know yours. You are beautiful. Love yourself, the good, the bad, the indifferent. Embrace your mistakes, and as long as we are growing and learning from them, still forgive yourself. That's one of the things that I've learned recently. No matter what you've done, no matter how bad it is, in order for you to be healthy and to move on from that where it's not affecting other relationships and other areas of your life, you have to learn to forgive yourself and let it go and just know that you can begin again. I love you guys. I hope you have found all of this information helpful. I hope that you will stay and support me. I hope that I'm pretty competitive, guys. I'm a very competitive person, in a healthy way. So, hey, I want my channel in the next few weeks to knock it out the ballpark, okay? I want my channel to grow so rapidly that it'll make me do a double take, okay? So anyway, let's support each other. I love you. You're worthy. You're beautiful. You can do anything. Just begin again. Just begin again. Thank God that He's a God of chances. So I just want you to know that, and have a beautiful, beautiful day, okay? Peace.